Okay, welcome back to the Finley Formation. This is Brandon.
This Gage?
And that's Kel.
Okay, well, Jared is not with us tonight. I think he was finally getting circumcised or something. I don't know what he had going on. Actually, I think he had a football meeting, but
Yeah, he had a fantasy football combine.
last night he did.
Last night was the
Which,
fantasy.
yeah, that sounded fun though. Actually,
It did.
yeah, they did a lot of cool stuff like Wonderlic test. They did some pool. They did shuffleboard, other
that'd be
things
cool.
like that, to where they could decide who's going to draft first. So,
Oh yeah,
in
that's
their
pretty cool.
fantasy football.
Okay, so tonight
That's
he's
why he's
learning how
always
to
at the
coach.
gym, huh?
What's that?
That's why he's always at the gym, so he
Yeah.
can perform to get a good draft.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's why you got all in shape. Yeah, but okay, so on the agenda for tonight, what we're going to do tonight is we are going to break down divisions. We each have a division in the AFC and the NFC, and we're going to break that down on who we think is where they're going to land at the end of the season, and then we're going to go in and do our playoff seeding. So this will be a fun one, another prediction episode. These are usually my favorite. And I don't mind reporting on games, but this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because, you're going to get made fun of. You're not going to hit them all right, but,
Yeah.
people are going to argue with you. I like that shit. So, but we'll go ahead and we'll start off with Jared's. And Jared, I believe, had the AFC East. So I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that Jared has Buffalo at the number one spot there.
Yeah.
And then he went with number 2, Miami is coming up in number 2 there. Then he went the Jets. This really surprised me that he picked the Jets as 3 and then New England finishing up 4th. I was kind of surprised. I feel like in that one, because I feel like New England did a lot more than that.
He's a
coming
Drake
along.
May hater.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Drake May.
I think the Jets will be at the bottom of that one. I think then New England, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even see where he's coming from with that prediction. I could be like, well, I think he was thinking this because he's just wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he was talking. I think the thing is he really likes the Jets roster as pieces. But so I think he's maybe thinking they're going to gel a little bit better than what the Patriots do.
Mhm.
Bringing in all the new guys, and he's predicted that, or he's not predicted, but he's said that he doesn't really think that a lot of the time when people win the
Free
free agency, they don't win in the
Right.
season, but
Doesn't translate that year.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean I like Justin Fields. I think could be a good quarterback. He could be almost like a Baker Mayfield, go somewhere else and bounces back, but Jets is not the place where you're going to do
Well,
that.
and
I
he's
don't
gone
think-
somewhere else and he didn't bounce
yeah,
back at all.
well, I just, I mean, he wasn't doing bad when he was with the Steelers last year. He won a
Yeah.
few games, but
right.
yeah, I just don't think they have enough. I think New England has done more. I think they'll be right behind Miami.
Mhm.
And if Miami falls off a little bit, they could even surpass Miami. But
Yeah, if 2 goes down,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
So I actually, in this one, I actually had the Patriots coming up second, and I think that it could be almost a tie with Miami there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots did so much more this offseason, and I don't know. It's like the Dolphins are just, I don't know. It's weird. They're just playing this like chintzy game.
yeah.
Where,
I think they still have enough weapons on offense if they can get their offense rolling. Tua is there. Even their defense, they have no defensive backs. They're just going to get burned all day long. I still think that they can still win 8 games, but
right.
that's probably their ceiling, 8 or 9.
Actually, I have the Dolphins
So-
taking second here.
Yeah.
And we'll learn later on whether I make the playoffs or not.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I think New England, though, if they have a good year and they come on stronger than people think, that they could surpass Miami and
Yeah.
take second.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me at all.
I think for New England, in my opinion, I think it's coming down to quarterback play.
Yeah.
Is Drake May going to take another step, or is it time for a step back and then, maybe reflection?
I
for
wish
his
he
third
had a little
season?
bit better receivers there because I don't know. I don't know how Stephon Diggs is, but
Yeah. I think
I
they're
think he's overrated at this point in his
Oh,
career.
hell yeah.
So
my issue with the Patriots is kind of what Jared's thinking with the not meshing well, not gelling well. But I think they'll
Yeah.
probably come around mid-season. That's when they'll start really taking over, and I think that's
Yeah.
the only reason the Dolphins are going to edge them out in my book because
Yeah. Yeah, and I know he really likes, just going back to the Jets thing, I think he really likes Aaron Glenn hire for the coach there from Detroit. So I can see where he's doing that a little bit. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just that one's, I thought, was the number one team is so far above, which is just like Miami must have pissed off the football gods when they did that undefeated season or
they
something.
did something, man.
Because they had to deal with Tom Brady for 20 years. Now they got Josh Allen there. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
there's a team that just dominates that division for the past 25 years now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not the Dolphins and it's not the Jets. Let's
And
just
the Patriots are back
and
on
I
the
think
comeback.
Miami could be good enough that they could challenge a team for the top spot if it wasn't Buffalo, or one of the top teams.
Yeah.
If they were in the South,
Yeah.
then maybe they'd be the winner. But
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably, I mean, Houston might have a better defense than them, but they
Yeah.
don't have a better offense. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you there.
Either South. I think they could give the NFC South a run for its
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
too.
Okay. So, let's go ahead. You want to do yours next for the AFC?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got the AFC West, and I mean, I think the Broncos are taking it all. I think it's pretty easy. We've talked about it. I think the Chiefs got worse, and they just aren't. They don't ever really take over the regular season super hot. Like last year, they didn't take it over. They won 10 games last year, and then the playoffs came around. They really got up. So I think the Chiefs are second, but yeah, I think the Broncos are going to win the division, and I think the Raiders are going to be last. Just because, I mean, looking at it, especially in preseason, their only good piece seems to be Genty right now, and I'm not a huge believer in Geno. So
yeah, I don't like Geno either.
So, you still think they're coming up last? So we
yeah,
said?
the Raiders.
I,
And
I think it's going to be Broncos, Raiders last.
Okay. So, I missed
guess-
that because I was looking. I thought I messed up on
You
Jared,
got
but he
Broncos,
did have the East, so-
Kansas City, Chargers, Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chargers third. Yeah.
I can't argue that. I do have the I picked the Broncos as well. I had the Chiefs there, but it was like, I don't know. I mean, the Broncos could come out and take that. I
Well,
really like their
And
defense. So.
I think the Chiefs are probably the better team in that division. They never seem to really kick on in the regular season, and then the playoffs is when you really see a dominant Chiefs team. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think there was a couple close ones last year with Broncos and Chiefs. That one where they blocked a field goal,
mhm.
where it was pretty close. So if Bo Nix comes out and keeps playing like he did last year, then there's a
Yeah,
good
now
chance.
they
I
have
think the
Greenlaw, so
Broncos
if he's
could take it.
healthy. So
Yeah. What was that? And they had that. It's R.J. Harvey, I think is his name. R.J. Harvey.
yeah, the running back.
I watched him a little bit. On their preseason game. Dude runs hard, and if he can do that for the Broncos, then you
Yeah.
know they that's what they were missing last year. I feel like.
Yeah.
That was a big piece.
Yeah, it was
Bo
kind
Nix
of-
had to do it all.
Yeah, their running game was kind of in and out, and
Mhm.
never knew what was going to happen week to week. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind your list at all. I do have the Raiders above the Chargers, and only I mean, that one was tough, but mainly only because of the left tackle. I mean, we talked about
With
that
Rashawn
last time.
Slater.
Yeah.
The one note I have for the Chargers here is the fact that their $50 million QB should be QB2,
Mhm.
especially with the way Trey Lance is throwing the ball in preseason.
Yeah, but that's just preseason, though. I mean, you might be right, but I don't know, man. Even everybody.
Well, I
you
don't
know.
like Herbert. I think there's probably 17 quarterbacks I take over him right now. So
but
Fair
I'd
enough.
take Herbert over Geno Smith.
what?
I'd take Herbert over Geno Smith.
I take Geno over Herbert.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. See, he's
Crazy.
tough, man. He's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on Herbert as a starter. I am, but not as a starter of a playoff team
Big guy.
because he looked like shit in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to throw in Trey Lance
I think that
if it wasn't for the contract. If he was on a small contract too, I'd probably take Trey
I
Lance
think
over
you'll
him.
be singing a different tune though once you see it all, man. Because Trey Lance, I mean, yeah, he might have grown into a pretty good quarterback by now. That has happened, but that dude was abysmal, just totally abysmal when he had a chance to start. I didn't
Yeah.
like what he was doing.
But
at
I
all,
mean,
so.
it kind of seems to happen a lot where those guys that get to develop a couple years.
Yeah, he couldn't even beat Cooper Rush out for a starting spot, man.
Yeah. But I mean,
So-
Sam Darnold fell off the face of the planet, and then he was in the MVP race. Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield
yeah,
fell off the face
yeah,
of the
shit
planet.
happens. I agree. And
MVP
Jim
race,
Harbaugh is
so.
good for quarterbacks too.
Yep.
And so, okay, let's go ahead and move on. I guess we'll do Kel next. I think I went the wrong order from what we
Yeah,
said we were
so
going to start, but that's cool.
All right, I got the AFC North. Coming in last place here should be no surprise. I got the Browns.
Yeah.
I think they got a good defense, but that ain't going to be enough to help them. Their quarterback, who knows what's going on there in
Right.
that situation. So, I don't know. Maybe Flacco comes out and, plays ball like he did a couple years ago when he came in for him. But I
When he
don't
won
see it.
comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I don't see it. But so then the third, I got the Steelers. So I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is the answer anymore. DK Metcalf there. I just don't really like that whole thing there they got going on. They still have some pretty good receivers though. I like Calvin Austin, and they have a decent running back. So, but defense is good, but it just isn't going to be enough to keep up with the top two there. And that's where I got Cincinnati at number 2. I think their offense is just too high powered. They're going to win some games, even if their defense is crappy. And the one stat that kind of surprised me, I looked, and their total defense ranking was actually above the Rams. And
For
it's like,
total.
yeah, I was like, wow, nobody
Mhm.
talks about how good the Rams offense is, but how crappy their defense is. And I would say Cincinnati's offense is way better than the Rams,
Mhm.
but their defense is just as bad. But yeah, I think their offense will carry them to a few wins. They're like a bubble playoff team for me. And then winning it, you got the Ravens. I mean, they're just next level. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think any of them 3 are going to challenge them for winning the division. I think there'll be a pretty good gap in there.
Yeah,
The Ravens are just
I think offensively they get the Bengals running for their money, and then defensively they blow them out of the water.
yeah,
even,
they
so.
as a team they can't. So at the end, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens got 4 games on Cincinnati at the
Yep.
end of the season. So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a big gap there. Even if Cincinnati, because I got the same exact list you do there,
Yeah.
and I like that a lot. A lot of your breakdown was
Yeah.
great, and I think the gap between those, like you said, is just huge.
it's like Buffalo and Miami,
'Cause-
in the East.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yep.
it's just
Well, and the Ravens only got better this offseason.
Yeah.
I think I put the Steelers over the Bengals though.
Oh really?
Just I think the Steelers, especially in matchups, are going to win because, I mean, they get the best defense in the league is probably the Steelers. They're gonna
it's good.
They get the
I
Bengals
just
best run for their money, and then
I kind of looked at the
they're
the
good enough to score
Cincinnati's
points.
I guess their schedule starting off. They usually get to a slow start. They kind of have an easier starting schedule, so maybe they can win a few games at the beginning and get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
But it could go either way, and like I said, a lot of that would depend on Aaron Rodgers. If he comes in and plays like he did for the Jets, I think Cincinnati's got him. If he comes in
30
and plays pretty good,
What do you have? 3,700 yards for the Jets. It was still
34 or 35.
I mean, it wasn't terrible,
Still,
but it wasn't.
top 10 QB
Great.
season. Just wasn't prime Aaron Rodgers.
But it
And,
wasn't there when he needed it too. That's what
Right.
was weird about him with the Jets.
It's like he
didn't-
wasn't.
There was
he
no
used
magic.
to be like
Yeah.
clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you needed a drive, you put in Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna
Yep.
at least throw that, Hail Mary ball that always got lucky. Seemed like
Mhm.
but
And they were playing
The
from
magic's
behind a
kinda
lot.
gone.
So
Yeah.
I think when a team plays from behind, their stats get padded.
and I
you
think
know.
I think the Jets have better weapons than what the Steelers do
I do
on
too.
offense. So
Yeah, I like Garrett Wilson
Yeah.
better than DK.
yeah,
Do you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
I think
Yep.
especially based off Rodgers' style of play, I like DK better. I mean, he's gonna throw
I
that.
mean they might fit.
He's gonna
They
give him a
might
couple
gel,
jump balls.
but
That's true. He is better at those jump balls
and
than
then
what Garrett
like
Wilson
you
is,
got
but-
Jalen Warren, their running back. I think Brees Hall's better, but
Yeah, I think that was
Yep.
close because again, it's just I mean, it's completely different style of offense the
Right.
way I look at it. 'Cause you have the jump ball guy, Jalen Warren. He's going to run through people, or Brees Hall is going to run around people. So I think it's
Yeah.
just different style. We'll have to see how they mesh.
I just
Yeah.
think Aaron's done though.
I do too. I
He
think
should be done.
he just, even if he comes out and throws, even if they make the playoffs and he throws for 3,700 yards, it's just not the same guy, which is fine. He was right when he said that my bad years are like other quarterbacks, best years. He's right,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah,
Your stats are there, but he stopped winning a lot of games.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So I guess that comes to me with the AFC South. So I actually said before, I think I had the easiest one only because I feel like the Texans are maybe not the easiest one, but the Texans are by far, I think, the best there. But we'll start from the bottom. I think the Titans are going to finish fourth. I think they're going to need too much from Cam Ward. I think this offense is going to struggle. I liked some of their defense. Their defensive line seems to be fairly solid. I think they ended up getting a linebacker this year. Was it Cody Barton? Can't remember. But anyway, I think they ended up getting a linebacker I like this year, though. But no, I think the Titans are they're still too far off. I think they're building the right way. They're going to come back, but it's not this season. And the Colts, honestly, even with this really good roster they have, I just think their QB play is terrible.
Yeah.
So I got them as third. Now, they had a good quarterback there. I would probably pick him to probably win this thing, but it's just terrible. Anthony Richardson made a couple of good plays in preseason, but that's it.
Yeah.
Then I got the Jaguars. I think they could push the Texans, but they need Lawrence to play just like out of his mind to do so, and he has not been good.
Yeah.
He hasn't been good since
He needs to play like
3
he was
years
supposed
ago.
to play when they drafted him.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he doesn't, which he keeps playing like he is, they're going to finish under 500 again. And that's where I think that the Texans here might be the only, not only win this one just flat out, but I think they're going to be the only team with a winning record in this division. I really like their defense. The only reason that I don't think they're going to be real high in the standings is because they're O-line. But they're going to win this division. I think they'll probably win it like we talked about. They'll probably still win it by like 4 or 5 games, but they're only going to have probably 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again, my only debate is 2 and 3. I mean, honestly, I'd probably take the Colts over the Jags.
Yeah, I struggle with that one a little
I
bit.
can definitely see it going
Yeah, I
either
don't know.
way.
I like the Jags though. I think they got some good. Brian Thomas Jr. Thanks Bigsby. They got some stuff going on for him.
I think
Travis Hunter,
You
we'll see
know,
what
Travis
happens with him.
Hunter, which I don't know.
I think the whole Colts season depends on whether Jonathan Taylor plays 17 games or not.
Yeah.
I think that's what the whole thing comes down to.
Mhm.
If he plays all 17, I think they could even hit that 9 and 8.
Yeah. No, I agree. If he stays healthy and they're able to get that offense going, because I like their defense. I think they do pretty good there. But man,
Latu breakout year is coming.
but no, I think the AFC South is really in a funk. I'm surprised. I thought there for a minute they were looking up. You have the Titans, obviously, pre, Derrick Henry trade, all that stuff, and I really thought they were just like this division was going to look like Trevor Lawrence was going to be good, and and now it's just like you got one team that's just taking over, and that's it. So, okay, yeah, I think we'll move on with the NFC now, and we'll do Jared's. I think he had the NFC. I think we gave Jared the NFC South. So I'm going to his. Yeah. Where are you, Jared?
Yeah, so he got another easy one.
Yeah.
He got the other easy one.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was kind of surprised. He actually liked Atlanta a lot better than we did on the power rankings. But he has New Orleans at number 4. I don't think that's a shock too much. Then he likes Carolina at number 3, Atlanta at number 2, and Tampa at number 1. So
Yeah, and my only argument at all with that one would be I think Carolina has a real probability of taking second. But, I mean, with the unknown of how Bryce Young's going to come out this year, I could totally see why you would put them
Yeah.
in 3. So,
yeah, I could see the Panthers being able to get 2 as well. In fact, I think that's where I had them, but I do like what the Panthers did this year. So
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to do better than last year. I just don't know if they'll be enough to do anything. Be in
Yeah.
contention there. But
I definitely think they're on a good incline here, but
Yeah.
we'll just see how it actually comes together this year.
yeah,
I mean, really, I think they got one of the better young receiving corps in the league right now we'll see how Ted Arroyo actually does.
Mhm.
But Ted Arroyo and Leggett,
yeah.
and we'll see how Bryce Young puts it together. But I think they're really building around him pretty well. So,
Yeah, and the thing with Atlanta too is it is again young quarterback. Can he come in and do good? Because if he does, they have weapons.
yeah.
I mean, I think everybody's likes Bijan Robinson and what he brought in last year.
Yeah.
And then it's Drake London.
Drake London.
So
Top
I
10
don't know.
receiver.
maybe they can get their tight end going finally. I don't
Kyle
know.
Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an issue with the Bucks defense, during our power rankings, but I still think that defense is good enough to carry them to win this division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make a playoff push or anything, but they're probably going to win their division.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll go with same order as we did last time since we're already there.
And I had the East on this one, I believe. Got her pulled up. I can't remember right now.
Yeah, I can look it up real quick. NFC East. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Go to the bottom here, and I don't think it's a shocker at all. I got the Giants
Yep.
taking last. And then I got the Cowboys taking third. And I
Okay.
think that one might bring a little bit of arguments, and then Commanders at second, and then the reigning Super Bowl champs at first.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I only argue the Cowboys, like you said. And the only reason I like the Cowboys the second is, last year if they weren't injured, they have just been perennially a good regular season team.
Yeah, and that's
So,
why it's hard for me to put the Commanders over, especially I predicted Dak Prescott to be an MVP before he got hurt. Like, so I think the thing that separates between the Commanders and the Cowboys is the just the energy in the locker room with a young quarterback, and they got some youth there, and hopefully they can finally work out something with Terry.
yeah. I think they did. I think it was
I think
30
it was-
million is what
yeah.
we're looking at.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
big contract for a wide receiver, but we were wondering why they just didn't pay that dude anyway. Because
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't pay him whatever the hell he asks for, unless it's
Yeah.
unless he wants a quarterback contract, you give him what he wants.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I could see if Washington does good this year, I could actually see them taking first. It would not surprise me. I don't think they're going to do it, but I
Mhm.
could see, Saquon out for a few games and they
Yeah.
lose a few games and they got to rely on Hurts and he can't get it done. And I could see him dropping a few games and
yeah, no,
Washington
for sure.
sneaking in there,
Yeah,
So,
I definitely could see Washington taking it too, but
I could, we'll find out after this if I have it like that, but I could see 3 teams coming out of this division for the playoffs too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do have a division with 3 teams coming out.
mhm.
So, yeah, I don't know. And the thing about the Eagles too is like I have them as first as well, but they didn't, they do well during the regular season, but last year it was like the playoffs they turned it on.
Yeah.
What seed were
And
they? They
they
were
went
like third or second or third seed.
I think they're third.
I think they're third.
But
Tampa
I
Bay
mean,
was
and
fourth,
it was what we talked about on our Power Rankings episode. It's like both of the Super Bowl teams this year just got worse this offseason.
Yeah.
I feel like they both just got worse. So,
Yeah. I still had Philly as my number 1, but I know what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the Saquon factor, I don't think anyone would have number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a tough division though. And
Mhm.
I feel like if the Cowboys stay healthy, it's one of the better divisions. So,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think Cowboys. I mean, you add Pickens to there, and if they sign Parsons, I don't know what's happening with that. I don't think they've signed him yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing yet.
But if they keep Parsons, I mean, with Pickens, I think Dak healthy. I mean, I could see that they could, possibly
Right.
catch Washington or pass them too. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think
That's
other
a
than the
tough one.
Giants at the toss up, and if
Yeah.
Jackson Dart comes out and plays insane, I guess they could have a miracle season like the Commanders did.
Yeah,
But,
Giants just don't have the weapons. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think they're there
You
yet.
know. Yeah.
well, I mean, they got a potential number 1 receiver in the league. So,
Yeah. I mean, that's it though.
yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm really surprised they kept Brian Dable around this
Yeah.
year. To be honest
Yeah.
with you. So, all right, moving on.
all right, this is where it's going to get interesting, I think. So NFC North, I got Chicago Bears taking fourth. I think they're going to be better than last year, but just not good enough in that division to keep up. It's a tough division, and so then third, I got the Vikings. I don't think they're gonna.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna like that, but
No.
I mean, a rookie quarterback never played an NFL game. You're gonna have some growing pains.
But he's technically not a rookie.
I know, but that might have been even worse if he got a little rusty.
Got
I
a
mean,
little some mental reps.
And I was looking at their schedule. I think it's the fifth toughest schedule in the league. It's not starting out, he starts out Monday night game, Sunday night game, and a lot of pressure for a rookie.
Mhm.
And then I think he has one game against Cincinnati after that, and then they go overseas for 2 games.
Yeah, so the game
So
against
that's gonna be
Cincinnati is
kinda
going to be his warm up game. That's when he's going to get in his groove.
Cincinnati's
playing
going
that
to
shitty
kill him.
defense.
So I looked into it, and the Vikings defense was 28th against the pass last year.
Oh yeah,
And
they're.
what?
I
Yeah,
do think the Vikings are going to lose that game.
I
but
mean,
that's- if you're looking for a
yeah.
tune-up game as a quarterback, that's
Yeah.
that's the
For that
defense you want.
defense. Yeah.
yeah. I think Cincinnati will win that one, even with their defense being crappy. But which kind of surprised me that the Vikings defense was 28th against the pass.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're letting them pass all the way down the field and you're number 1 in turnovers and you turn it over, then they didn't score any points. So whatever. But yeah, I got the Vikings there at third. Green Bay is going to take second, and I like kind of what they did a little bit. I mean, they do need a good number 1 receiver. They drafted one. Maybe he'll pan out. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're just pretty tough. I know you don't like Jordan Love all that much, you know. I mean, I'm not really high on him, but I think he will get a little better this year, enough to take that team. I mean, I think they still have a good defense and offense. They just need somebody in there to, throw the ball, and he can do that. And then again, I got the Lions. They should win this division pretty easy. I mean, I think they are the best team, but since this is such a tough division, I don't know if there'll be a 4-game gap in there.
Right.
Maybe 1 or 2 games.
Well,
Yeah.
if the Vikings are falling off to third, there's going to be four game difference because
And I don't know. I
the
mean,
Packers.
I'm just not gonna. I don't know. I Vikings do have a pretty good quarterback friendly system. It seems like 'cause
Mm.
they took Cousins. I didn't think he was a very good quarterback. He came in there and he did good. They take Sam Darnold. He comes in there. I didn't think he's a very good quarterback. He does pretty good. So hopefully it's friendly enough for a rookie to get out there and win some games because they do have a good roster all around, offense, defense, good coaches.
Yep.
If they can get over just some of the growing pains with a rookie, they should be pretty good. But I just think Lions and Green Bay is pretty solid.
Mhm.
And if it takes Vikings, I think they're bye week round week 6. So if they can come into week 6 with a winning record, I could see them coming in number 2. If they come in with a losing record, then and they got a brutal game like 4 weeks after their bye.
Yeah.
It's like the Lions, Chargers, Baltimore,
All playoff
like
games.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't have it going after your bye week, if you don't play your first 5 games, get your crap straightened out, hit that bye week, fix it all, and then burn it the rest of the season, you're not gonna catch up.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially that division. Well, what's funny is Jared actually has the Packers winning that division. So
Yeah.
Okay.
he's high on the Packers. He likes
Yeah.
them a lot, but he has them beating all them out, and then he has Vikings third. I think he has the Lions at second in that division. But
And that's
Yeah,
just crazy.
Vikings third.
I'm the Vikings
And-
winning it.
do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
crazy, man. I'll put money on it.
I think they have a chance at going 5-1, 4-2 in the conference.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, in the
you
division,
could.
yeah.
I mean, it just depends on the quarterback. It's
Right.
just
I
a big
don't-
question mark for me. Where the other quarterbacks, I know what they got. It might not be great, but I know what they got.
If it ain't Skylar Thompson, I know what they got. Like that's how I felt about the Vikings. Is I'm still not high on Sam Darnold. I just think he was in the best system
Right.
for a quarterback to possibly be in with great coaches and best wide receiver duo in the league.
Yeah.
I just think there's.
Yeah. I just, I
Yeah.
mean,
I think his floor is MVP race, just like you've seen with Sam Darnold. I think that is about the floor of the league, and he went in and put up MVP stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think that out of that quarterback position last year and what they did last year surprised people with Minnesota. I have them at
Mhm.
a second, but it was really hard. I almost put the Packers there, but then I was like, no, the Vikings. For one, I think the reason why their pass defense looked so bad and they were 28th, I think a lot of teams are playing from behind against them. They
Yeah.
put teams on their ass in the first and second quarter by their run defense and everything. So then, but I mean, their pass rush wasn't great last year,
Yeah.
but they were able to just stuff teams to where they just had to pass to get back in it. This year, I think they addressed their pass rush. They ended up getting a couple of free agents and they drafted. So, but I just
Yeah.
can't remember names right now. But that's the reason why I ended up going with them at second. So I mean, then they got that linebacker. I think he was in the top 100, top 20, top 45 or something like that for the 100 players. So
Van Ginkel. that
yeah,
guy.
Van Ginkel. Yep.
He
and
came
then
from Miami. Like,
yeah.
you should have kept
Yeah.
that guy.
yeah, and then there was that other linebacker they had that did really well too. I like the Vikings. I really like their defense. Their coaching staff there is incredible.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fair enough. That is a tough one though, because I have the Lions winning it. You have the Lions. Jared has the Packers. You have the Vikings. So we have, the only team that didn't get a shout out here was the Bears.
Yeah.
and I think if the Bears were in a different division, they'd probably be pushing it this year for
I think
Yeah, I
either.
think-
second or
I
first.
think the
Either of
Bears
those
are.
Yeah.
Bears are going to be better this year. I just don't think they're going to keep up with the other 3.
No,
That's
yeah.
the problem. So
Yeah, I think they could win the AFC South or the
Yeah.
NFC
Oh, yeah.
South and the AFC South.
Yeah, I think they could win
So-
either South.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good call. Okay, so I think that's on to me, and I had the West, NFC West. All right, so I think at coming up in fourth, this is going to be the Seahawks. I think it's going to be a down year for them. I do like Sam Darnold. I can see why they picked him up. I don't know if he's for real yet. We're going to find out because this year he's not going to have the O-line. He does have Jackson Smith and Jigba, which is a very far cry from the receivers that he had, in JJ and all that up in Minnesota. The O-line is just terrible. He's not going to have the protection there. The defense is good, but it's not Minnesota Vikings good.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, he's not going to have that cocoon around him, that safety. So I honestly, I think Seahawks are going to be down. We're going to find out if Sam Darnold can will a team because last year when it came down to him, he didn't do too well. And then at third, this one was tough for me, but I'm going to go Cardinals there. I think they'll compete, and they look good at times last year, but I still think they need more pieces, and I'm not sold on Kyler Murray. And then for second, see, this is where I was kind of conflicted between Cardinals or the Niners. Honestly, only Niners. The reason why I don't have that, I'm not so sure about them, is just injuries again. Receivers are already coming in where it's just like a bloody mess. So, and I'm not totally sold on the defense yet. I need to see. I mean, we've pretty much got a totally revamped defensive line. I did like what Bryce Huff was doing the other day in the preseason game. That looked good. And then it's the Rams, I think, and I would have the Rams more solidly too. But Stafford's going to be out for the first start of the season. But I still think they're still going to be able when he comes in. Like Jared always said, when they start slow, they still they still come back and they do it. And this pass rush from the Rams is incredible. And the run defense is terrible. Was last year, and they were getting gashed all over the place in the run game. But I think that they're going to shore that up, and I think they're probably going to take. They're my top team. I could see it going between the Niners or the Rams, but yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams.
Okay, so I have a pretty different list. I have the Niners taking it, which you said you could see, and I have the Cardinals losing it. Then I have the Rams second and Seahawks at third.
Okay.
My biggest thing is just they have Kyler Murray. They can't even use their best weapon to his full capability because they have Kyler Murray. So
One of the best tight ends in the league.
But I would take Kyler Murray over Sam Darnold. I don't like him, so
Yeah.
Just
yeah, but I mean, you're looking at Maserati Marv. You got to see if Marvin Harrison's going to actually do anything this year.
Mhm.
Because other than his 1-2 touchdown game, he wasn't anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I had the same orders, Brandon. I think the bottom two, Cardinals, Seattle, they're going to be in the bottom two.
yeah,
I think the top two, 49ers, Rams, there's going to be a gap between them. Like I said, I mean, it could flip. I could see it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But right now, just kind of the way it looks right now, I still I don't really like 49ers receiving core
Right.
all that much.
I'm not worried about the receiving core because CMC is healthy coming into the season. So if we could at least keep him healthy until the receiving core
I
comes
mean,
back,
that'll
I'm not
help.
worried about
Yeah.
it.
But I just, it would help to have one,
And
even another good solid like receiver 2 type guy in there. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
well, Juwan Jennings is healthy at the moment, isn't he?
No.
No.
I don't think he played.
Yeah, maybe not. But I mean, either way,
and
Kittle's
is
always
what,
healthy.
Ayuk
So.
isn't going to be back.
No.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
looks
he
like
gets
he has
for
almost the
longer.
same timeline as Stafford. I think it's around week 5, week 6.
Yeah.
And that's, okay, that sounds bad. And that I think that's going to hurt the Niners more. I mean, the Rams more because it's a quarterback,
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Well,
Jimmy Garoppolo
if
might be able to get it
CMC
done enough to hold
I mean,
off.
if CMC's there, that's gonna, he can carry you to a couple wins.
I
if he's
think-
playing good.
Right.
Where
think
you got a backup quarterback, he might not be able to carry you to them extra couple wins that you
Yeah.
need.
If Jimmy
down the
can
stretch,
work with
so.
that receiving core, you got Puka, you got Devontae, Kyrie Williams is their running back.
Yeah.
So they might have enough. And Jimmy doesn't have to do it all there either. But
Mhm.
yeah, I do think that down the stretch, the Niners will probably pull out ahead. But then I think it's probably going to be like last year where the Rams just turned it on, and they could
I
finish
think-
strong. But in either way, I think they're going to be fighting. I could definitely see them, all throughout the season just interswitching between 1 and 2. So
I think it's going to be actually pretty clear cut Niners win. I think maybe I just hold on to too much hope. But the last time we seen Robert Saleh running this defense, it was the best defense in the league. And
Yeah, fair
last
enough.
time we had Chris McCaffrey healthy, he won Offensive Player of the Year. So that's a recipe for success, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it if that's the case, of course. But
Hmm.
you know, I mean, Jared Verse and that Rams passing pass rush is incredible, and they did add a big guy, Puna Ford,
Yeah.
in the middle. So if he can stop that run, they're going to win a lot of games.
He'll get
And-
ran over by Juszczyk or Kittle. It'll
but,
happen.
yeah, and they might just. I think those two will split. I
Mhm.
think the Niners are going to get him week 1, and I say that just because Stafford's not going to be in. I do think Niners will get him week 1, and I think later on in the season they play him week 15 or 16,
Yeah.
and I think that's when the Rams will probably get one on him if
And I
they're
think it's a
healthy.
sweep.
So, and usually by that time, I think that pretty much it's atrophy there. You
Yeah.
know,
I
So,
think it's a
war of
sweep.
attrition. I mean, yeah,
It's an
so,
easy sweep.
man,
Gotta-
I like your confidence. I
gotta-
don't feel
Yeah.
that confident
Yeah.
this
You
year. But
haven't been a Miami fan for the last 40 years, man. I
You
don't
gotta-
even have any hope in them anymore.
You got
I
a
used to-
49-year-old Devontae
I
Adams,
used to.
and you got Puka getting locked up by Diamandre Lenore. So
But, I
ain't
mean,
worried about
I-
nothing.
49ers finished with 6 wins last year. Rams had 10.
And they're gonna have a top
I
5
think the
pass rush.
Rams got better on offense
Mhm.
with adding Devontae Adams. 49ers, you guys lost people. I don't know how much you got better.
I think.
I mean, I understand getting people back that were hurt.
well,
but,
no, I think they did
That's
get
a
better.
big gap that you have to close. And
I don't think
to do
it-
it in 1 year.
I don't think it is big yet. I think staying healthy and bringing back Robert Saleh.
right,
that
and it's
closes the
funny
gap.
too because like we finally saw flashes of that rookie they got, Jordan Watson, in that preseason game. You're like, damn, that dude can catch. Well, he's out for a month, so
Yeah.
he's not even going to be there. So it's just funny that with the Niners, where you're like, shit, maybe we are going to be pretty good. We're going to be okay without Ayuk for 6 weeks. No, or however long he's out. It's like, no, maybe not. I mean, I'm not totally. I think that position is desolate for him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
I'm not.
and they didn't do enough there to
Yeah.
really kind of pick up. Is I
And-
think what Kel's kind of getting at. I like the Saleh hire a
Yeah.
lot, but I do agree with him in the fact that like they didn't really get a whole lot better. There wasn't a lot of splashes.
Well, I
you
think
know.
offensively they didn't lose anything either. And then defensively, I think Robert Saleh covers losing Greenlaw. What's the
Hufanga.
Well, I think they'll be
Corner's name
okay
is
on
Hufanga.
defense. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be their
yeah?
offense where they're going to
I
struggle.
think we're looking at the same
think-
same caliber team. It's just whether
I think
they're
you
healthy
got
down the stretch or not.
Purdy. I mean, who's he going to throw to in the first 4 games?
George Kittle, the best tight end to ever do it.
One guy.
George Kittle.
One guy.
Yeah,
That's
That
all you
ain't
need.
enough,
Christian
bro.
McCaffrey out of the backfield.
If that's the only one you got,
Christian McCaffrey out of
they
the
don't have to
backfield.
worry about anybody else. They can defend him.
You got
you
CMC,
know?
you got George Kittle. That's all you need.
And we'll see how
Ask
he
the,
plays.
ask,
man.
ask the Saints about triple
That's
teaming
the-
George
We'll
Kittle.
see
It
how
still
it
doesn't go
works.
well.
I'm just.
yeah.
I don't think you can count on just George Kittle. I mean, he's good. I like him.
Or
But
we could go back to Jimmy
He's-
G
man,
days where
he's
Brock
not
Purdy's throwing
gonna-
8 passes because
he's
not
Christian
gonna
McCaffrey's
keep
going
up.
for 300.
You know what's good though, I guess in that case too, is if they are able to get through those couple of weeks, let's say they go like 5-1 or 4-2, and then they get fresh legs coming in week 6.
Yeah.
That could really be a boost. All
And-
these players start trickling back in.
I'm not really a believer in Purdy either. I
know
don't
you're
think
not, but
without some good receivers,
We got
he's
CMC.
going to struggle.
we got
So,
CMC. You don't need a
yeah,
quarterback
I
when you
don't
got CMC.
know. I remember all last year you saying CMC ain't that good. We don't really need him because you can throw any running back in there.
I mean,
You
we
do good.
can. Either way, we're gonna have success. But
Okay, fair enough. That's I'm not completely. I still think Purdy's within the top 12 quarterbacks in the league, but all right, let's get into playoff positioning here. So we'll go with Jared first. We'll just start at number 7 in the AFC. So how we'll go about this? Jared in the AFC has, if I can find his stuff, been going between these. Right, AFC for number 7. So he actually has Jacksonville making the
Whoa.
playoffs at
Whoa.
number 7. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, he had him at 2nd in the AFC South, and now he has him making the playoffs.
wow, I
Yeah,
think that
I
7
don't
spot
have
was
them
hard
there.
to fill. It was hard to find a team to fill that, but I don't have it making it.
For me, I have the Steelers at number 7. I think they're gonna sneak in and get a playoff spot there.
I put the Chargers.
I put the Patriots. I think
Oh,
the
wow.
Patriots are sneaking the
Wow.
7th seed.
Dang.
like I said, the Steelers aren't going to make it, and Mike Tomlin's getting fired. That's how that's going to go. So
Mhm. And
Yeah, that was a tough one though, because there was a couple other teams I could see, but I do think that AFC North is gonna bring out 3 teams. That's what I feel like. They
yep.
almost did last year. So
the AFC North.
yeah, but Cincinnati just barely missed that
Mm-hmm.
with the Broncos won, beat Kansas City when Kansas
Yeah.
City set everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So and for number 6, Jared has Cincinnati at the 6th spot.
That's where I got them too.
Do you?
Oh, really? I don't have them making it at all.
No? I got them at number 6 as well.
Really? I got the Dolphins at number 6.
Oh, dude. I hope
Wow.
you're right, but you're
Nice.
wrong.
But you're wrong.
No, if Tua stays healthy, I mean, their biggest problem last year was Skylar Thompson. That's what dragged them down.
Yeah, I think their biggest problem this year is that defensive backs.
Yeah, it does. It
Even
does
if
look a little
Tua's
rough out
in,
there. But
Even if Tua's in, it's going to be hard winning with their defensive backfield.
Well, I mean, I still think that that's a more likely than Jacksonville making the playoffs. In my
Yes.
opinion, the Dolphins making it over Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
know.
when I look at Miami, I kind of look at them as like the Bengals' little brother. Their offense quite isn't as good as the Bengals, and their defense is going to be just as crappy as the Bengals. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Miami does have a good front seven. That they're
yeah,
gonna have
Miami
this year.
has a significant.
They're going to have a top 10, maybe even top 5 front
did
seven.
you listen to our
But-
last episode where we talked about the Dolphins
Yeah.
on our power rankings and how
Yeah.
they had Chop Robinson as a backup? I was
Mhm.
like, say what? Like,
Well,
I
you
mean,
got
if that's the
Jalen
way they're gonna
Phillips,
do
you
it.
got Bradley Chubb there. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah, I think they
all
are
3 of them are gonna
significantly.
split.
Rotate.
pretty
It
much,
was pretty
but,
crazy
yeah.
that our lads had that on there as the
I mean, they got Zach
The backup,
Sealer. He's been a good, steady,
Yeah, I think
anchor
they
in
are
that.
significantly
They just-
better defense than the
yeah.
Bengals.
you like them a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
at
like
least
any defense in
they
the
have
league
a
better than the
defensive
Bengals.
line,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but they are going to drop off when it comes to their cornerback play. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have Cincy at number 6. I mean, the pick with them going number 6 could be, if they go back to where they were tossing the ball and just basically
Mhm.
track meet, but with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, I could see it. Number 5, Jared has Denver at number 5. I had to look really hard for the number 5. So he has Denver at the 5th spot.
that's where I got him.
Do you?
Denver in the 5th. I got the
Yep.
Chiefs in the 5th.
I have the Chiefs there as well. So
Yeah.
I could have, it's
Right.
whoever wins that division and who takes second, basically, right?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, no, I could see both of those happening as
Yeah.
well. The number 4, and this is division winners. He has Houston at number 4.
Same here.
Yeah, I like that.
I think
And
that
it's
should be
just-
across the board. It's because
Yeah.
they're really a 7th seed team. They just going to win the
Right.
division. So
Right, and I would have never even thought that he would have had two teams coming out of the AFC South because I just
Yeah,
think
right.
but
It's, it's kind of a shame we have to let one of them in.
yeah,
Let
I know,
alone two.
right? Because there's probably teams that are going to finish better that won't make
Yeah.
it.
so you guys
Uh,
realize what division I have? 3 teams in now.
Yeah, it's got to be the AFC East, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're one of the tougher divisions in
Yeah.
football right now.
Mine is AFC North. You like them that much, huh?
Yeah, I do think the Patriots, like I said, 7th seed. So I don't
Wow.
think they're that good, but
Dang.
All right. The 3rd seed, Jared, get him started with that one, is Kansas City. So he has them just
I got them. Same here.
yep, this is where I got
Crazy.
Denver.
just where I have the Broncos as well.
So just whoever wins the division.
Yeah, and that easy. I was
Mhm.
struggling with that. I think you said it too. Like they could give them a
It
run
wouldn't
for their money.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all if them 2 switched. But
Mhm.
Okay. And now the number 2 seed looks like this is where he has Baltimore.
Baltimore at number 2.
Yep. And that's where I have the Ravens as well.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I have Buffalo at number 2.
I had Buffalo at number 2 also.
The only reason I have them, I don't know if Jared's thinking the same things. I think Baltimore's going to get a couple more losses within their division, even though I think they're still going to win it. You're looking at Cincinnati could possibly beat them. The Steelers have always played the Ravens really tough, and
And they managed to lose to the Raiders last year, so hopefully they don't do
Right.
that shit again.
and then believe it or not, the Browns play them real tough too.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying the
Yeah.
Browns will get one. I'm just saying that division they have a
Wouldn't
tougher
surprise me.
division. Then I feel like it's a tougher division. You don't, but I do
Yeah.
feel like it's tougher than the East. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I have the Ravens there. And then at 1, he has Buffalo there. I agree with him. I think Bills are going to have the first seed.
Yeah, and I got Ravens there, and I had number 1 in my power rankings too.
Yep.
So I think it was a
Mm-hmm.
pretty obvious pick for me.
Yeah, that's where I got Baltimore number 1.
I think they're
think they'll
by
win it.
far the best roster in the league.
Yeah, they're
I
crazy
think when
good.
you look at Buffalo compared to like Baltimore, I think they just got a little bit better defense, a little
Yeah.
bit better weapons on offense.
Well, I think you're
but-
looking at a Bills team who's made up of the MVP, and that's the whole roster, versus a Ravens team who has an MVP caliber quarterback with the second best running back in the league and a
some
top
better
10 wide receiver,
receivers,
I believe.
better defense. Yeah,
I'd be surprised if those two teams didn't finish 1 and 2. To be
Yep.
honest with you,
Yeah.
however it goes, I'd be really surprised.
I think them two are actually
I don't know. I could
above
see.
the other 3 and 4. quite a
now
bit.
during the playoffs, we know Kansas City's
Yeah.
probably going to knock at least one of them, if not both of them out.
Right.
But this could be the year. I hate to say that because it probably won't. Kansas City's a spoiler from hell. It could be the year that they actually, both those teams might end up in the AFC Championship against each other.
That'd be
if
such a
it
good
played
game
out well.
too.
But
Yeah.
it would be awesome.
I don't know. I think Kansas City's gotten lucky the last 4 years or so, just because the other teams in that division have been not very good.
Mhm.
Their
And,
payroll and the
You know,
payroll and the white and black got fired this year, so they're done for now.
and now you're starting to see the Broncos catching up to them, and I think the Broncos are going to give them a run. And that, like I said, they could take
Right.
that
The only
seed,
thing-
and if they're not playing at home in the playoffs, I don't know when was the last time they had a away playoff game. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. The only thing that wouldn't shock me is if the Broncos jump up into the second just by winning an extra game.
Oh,
I mean, it could be because they get to play, the Raiders a couple times, the
Mhm.
Chargers a couple times, and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
it wouldn't shock me if Broncos move up to second. I think the only thing that is solidified for me is the Ravens in first.
so I
in the
mean,
AFC.
yeah, that was tough too because I almost wanted to pull 3 out of the AFC West, to be honest with you. But it was like, man, who's going to be better, that third team in the AFC West or that third team in the AFC North? For me, is
yeah,
what it was.
I got
Mhm.
3 out of the West myself. I
Yeah,
think
you
the
did pick
Chargers will,
Chargers. Yeah.
be that bubble team that could get in there,
Mhm.
7th seed. So,
And
absolutely.
I could see them over the Steelers. I
Yeah.
could, but
and I think
it's just-
they
We got some good
they did
diversity here. then.
improve. I think the Chargers did improve their roster this year in the offseason. I think they're going to be competitive.
So am I
in
the
there,
only one
but-
with just the Ravens out of that division making the playoffs?
yeah, you
think
didn't.
so.
You didn't put the Bengals or the Steelers.
Steelers.
Or,
No,
yeah,
like
wow.
I said, I think the Bengals they need to improve their defense. They just won't.
Yeah.
They just won't put their defense outside of the bottom 5. They just won't do it for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's odd that they didn't do more for their defense. I do agree with that, but
Mhm.
man, if they stay healthy on offense, watch out. They're going to score a lot of points. Okay, let's move on to
think
the
best
NFC.
thing,
I think my
go ahead.
Pee Wee team.
the best thing Cincinnati can do for their defense is just keep the ball longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got
Heck yeah,
it,
dude. Like
My
grind it
PV
out a little bit.
Yeah, keep
My
the
Pee Wee
defense off
team
the
could
field.
go keep up with the scoring against that Bengals defense.
All right, we'll move on to the NFC. And here, Jared has Dallas at number 7.
Ooh. This is where I got the Packers. I do got to make it in the playoffs, but
Man, I got 3 teams here. I know they can't make it, but I have the Cowboys, I have Washington, and I have the Vikings.
All
It's just, I could see all 3 of them being here. I could see the Cowboys not making it at all. I could see the Vikings, the quarterback plays good, and I could see them taking, getting a wild card. I could see them not making it at all. So
yeah.
it was kind of tough. I mean, right now, if I had to say, I'd probably say Washington probably is where I put my money.
On number
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
So here's where I have the Niners, actually.
at the 7th
And
seed.
I think it's only just because we're going to have to wait and see who gets healthy and who's going to play, who's going to be able to step up. So honestly, I think I don't think the Rams and the Niners are going to have as big as have as good as records as the Vikings and the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Like those division wise. I don't think like the Lions and the Vikings. What were they? 15-2 and 14-3 or something like that last year.
15-2.
So, I mean, that was
14-3.
crazy. So 14, 15 wins. If it even comes close to ending something like that, I don't think the Rams and the Niners are both going to have that high. So I
No.
think that'll kick the Niners down a little bit. I think we're looking at 10, 11 wins for the Niners, but they make the playoffs.
Okay. So on to 6.
Yep.
Who's Jared got there?
All right, number 6. Jared has. Oh, I was about to say Cincinnati. I looked at the wrong side. Detroit here at number 6.
Ooh,
Wow.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
like
had the
that at
Packers
all.
winning it. So, but yeah, I got the Packers at 6.
Okay.
Okay. Here at 6 this far, I got the Commanders.
Okay. This is where I have the Vikings.
Hmm.
So I just think that like I said, I think they're going to have a little bit better record than what the Niners have. But I think, even coming into that, I still think there's another team that'll probably have that does really good in the regular season. But so I think the Vikings will end up there, and we'll see. They could end up a little bit higher too. But
Yeah.
all right, number 5. This is where he has San Francisco. He has the Niners at number 5.
I have them there too. And the reason I put them there, I don't necessarily think they're better than the Packers or like Washington, but they're playing in tough divisions, and 49ers have a easier schedule. So they might make it out with a few
That
more
is true.
wins.
The Niners do have the easiest schedule overall.
If
So
the Niners don't win the division, they're not making the playoffs.
You
That's
think
just-
one team out of there?
That's just how the Niners are. Either they
Oh,
pop
it's
off and they
either-
win the division, or they go 6 and 10,
Gotcha.
6 and 11. That's
I see what
just the
you're saying,
Niners.
yeah.
If they don't win the division, they're not making the playoffs.
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
fair enough.
I could just see them getting a couple more wins than like the Packers and Washington because they're
Yeah.
playing,
Right.
Detroit, they're playing the Vikings, they're playing the Eagles, they're playing Dallas. Where
True.
uh,
Yep. No, that's true. I guess I didn't put their whole schedule into perspective. I looked at the division, but they do have the
Yeah.
easiest schedule. So that I might be able to move them up to maybe 6 instead of
It's
7.
crazy.
But I'm pretty
Yeah.
good with that.
Crazy.
Okay.
They're winning the division with 12 to 14 wins, or they're winning 6 games.
okay.
I-
That's
I
the
guess
two options for
I
it.
actually have the Cowboys at number 5.
I guess
don't know if I said that.
I guess
but-
here it is. If the 49ers, then if you're thinking if they don't win their division, then I guess the Vikings I got to put in the wild card.
Yeah.
The 49ers won't make it.
Yeah, because that's the only reason they ever miss the playoffs is because they're a top 5 most injured team. Other than that, they're a 14-win team, unless they're
Yeah.
top 5 most injured. It's been that way since
13, 14.
2019.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, why is it going to change this year?
And who'd you have at 5?
at 5, this is where I got the Lions.
Lions. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I had
they'll
the
probably
Cowboys
have
there.
the second best record in the NFC, and then just get beat out because they didn't win their division.
I think the Cowboys are going to go back to form. I think you're looking at a 12-5 team, and that will just edge out the Vikings and the Niners. So-
You think the Vikings are going to fall off by 4 games because they have JJ instead of?
I
Sam
think they're
Darnold?
going to be tied, but I think that the breaker will go to the
I mean, I think
Cowboys.
too they do have a rough schedule. It's like the 5th hardest. So even
But-
if Sam Darnold was there,
The reason
5th
I don't
hardest, they might not even have 12 wins.
take the strength of the schedule into account as much as you guys are because it's a 5% win difference between the hardest and the toughest, or the toughest and the easiest schedule. It's not that big of a difference having a tough schedule versus the easiest.
I
schedule.
mean, it does play a difference though. I mean, you look at Miami; they win every game to a team with a losing record, and they lose to every team
Yeah,
with a
but I-
winning record. And so, I mean, they might not be that much different, but they still
but if
lose.
you go
they can't beat them.
if you go from the 8th hardest schedule with Sam Darnold to the 5th hardest with JJ McCarthy, it doesn't change that much.
So you take, let's say, the Rams and the 49ers. They pretty much have the same schedule, right? They're
Yeah.
playing the same division opponents and everything. But if you look at the Rams get to play the 49ers twice, that's 2 easier games than the 49ers playing the Rams twice, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just them 2 games alone is going to make it like 49ers will be the underdog in them 2 games probably.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to pull it out to win. Where the
And-
Rams, same
I
schedule.
see what you're saying there, but
That's 2
I'm going
games.
off of last year's schedule for the Vikings versus the 8th hardest, and then they're in the 5th hardest, and their only
Yeah.
difference is the fact that they have a rookie quarterback instead of a dog shit quarterback.
Yeah.
That's you have an unknown instead of a C minus. That's
Yeah.
the only difference in their roster.
And I think the unknown is going to fight them a little.
Okay.
So,
All right. Let's move on to 4. All right. At 4, he has. What the hell is this 4?
I think it's
Oh,
pretty clearly the Bucs.
Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
he has the Bucks there. I have the Bucks there.
yeah, it should be the Bucks all around
I
here.
got
right?
the Rams.
You got the Rams at 4.
I got the
Okay.
Rams.
So you
Wow.
think NFC is going to be like the lowest
The West.
division?
I think
NFC West. Yeah.
I
sorry.
think it's just
that was
the
tough. though.
Tampa Bay has such an easy division that they're just going to get more cheap wins. Maybe
Okay,
not
sure.
that they're
I
a
could see
better
that.
team,
Yeah.
but when you look into the seeding, I think that Tampa Bay will be close enough with the Rams that they will be able to get a couple
Okay.
extra wins.
Yeah, I feel
Okay,
that.
fair
I
enough.
could see that.
Yeah.
I do feel like, I feel like Tampa's probably, like I said, around a 12 win team, somewhere around there. I 11, 12, and they'll just get into that. I hate that they give the 4 seed right away just because you want it.
Yeah.
I can see, you get a playoff berth, but that shouldn't get your seeding.
Right.
But okay,
Yeah.
so we got 3 of us have the Bucks, and then one of us has the Rams.
Rams.
Okay, all right, and then at number 3, this is where he has the Rams, and this is where I have the Rams as well.
This is where I got the Niners. So
Okay.
winner of the
Tampa
NFC.
Bay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. We've talked about them. I think the only thing holding Tampa back is their defense, and I said that in our power rankings. I think they're going to give up a lot of points,
Yep.
and so but they are, dude. Baker is a lot better than what I thought he'd be at this point. That's for damn sure. All right,
Yeah.
so we got number 2, and this is where Jared has Green Bay
Okay.
because he had him winning that division up there. So
Cool. This is where I got the Vikings. So winner of that division.
yeah, I have the Lions here.
I got the Eagles.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a hard time. I think they were probably going to win their division. Jalen Hurts play kind of questionable, and Saquon staying healthy. So
Right.
I
Okay.
think
Fair enough. I mean, I hear what you're saying there. Like I last year, I think I had Philadelphia as like my 12th team on power ranking,
Yeah.
and they didn't look great during the season, so it is hard to put them so high. But I think going into this, Jared has them at number 1. The Eagles, I have them at number 1.
I have number 1.
But it's just, I think they come at it. It's going to be. I really like way they run this defense. It's almost like plug and play.
Yeah. I think the Eagles' defense is great. I think their offense is a little questionable, and if you take that piece out of Saquon Barkley, if he gets hurt 2 or 3 games, he's not there, and just even, I mean, people are going to game plan better for the run now this year to stop them. And Jalen Hurts he's had questionable games. Sometimes
Yeah. So I'm
He
a
throws
Jalen
like
Hurts
crap.
hater.
Me
I-
too. Yeah, I'm not
I
a
think
big
he's
fan.
trash. I think
Yeah.
he's maybe squeezes in the top 15, but I think they're the least questionable offense because they have the number 1 offensive line. They're going to win the battle in the trenches every week.
Yeah.
no, that's
So I
good.
think they have
And-
the least
and I
questionable
think
offense.
I think Kansas City during the Super Bowl, the way I would have played it's kind of like them. Let's take Saquon Barkley out. Let's make Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm. He did good that game.
Mm-hmm.
He
But
really
you've seen
did.
other
He
games.
threw for what, 215?
No, I mean he did good enough.
Yeah.
But
he
you'll
did good
see
enough.
other
3
games.
touchdowns, I think.
I don't think he'll.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to throw for 3 touchdowns when there's 9 people in the box.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate how everybody.
He did
sorry,
what he
that's just-
needed to do, though.
I see it all over social
No,
media
I-
to
I-
this day. Where they're hyping up Hurts for a Super Bowl game. It's like it
No,
just
I
wasn't that
think
good.
I think he was mediocre, but it was enough.
Yeah.
And I think during the regular season, if that happens, it ain't going to be good enough. And
I
think I
totally
got the Lions at 1 just because I like their
offense. Yeah.
I mean, they
Well,
just
and what they did without their number 1 defender last year,
Mhm.
and getting Aiden Hutchinson
Mm-hmm.
and getting him back will be. I mean, it's a
Be
game
huge.
changer.
Oh, big
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I could see them at number 1 again. They were number 1 last year. I totally could see that. I do agree with you on the Saquon thing because the thing that I think that holds most like akin to it was Christian McCaffrey comes to the Niners, has a healthy season, offensive player of the year, tearing it up. He gets injured, they don't do nothing. Even though they have a completely run friendly
Mhm.
offense, and both of those, him and Saquon are both injury prone.
Yeah.
Saquon, I think, has had I think that was his only like full
Good year,
season. I
yeah.
think.
Who's their backup
So-
back? Because I know it ain't no Jordan Mason, who was incredible and led rushing up until we got CMC back.
He was actually pretty good, I thought. I seen him a couple times when they pulled Saquon out of a game early. And
Yeah.
he still did pretty good.
Yeah,
But I mean, that might.
I think it starts with a B.
I
I'm
mean,
just
that
gonna
might
go
be
with
because it's the 4th quarter and they're beat down already.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
Yeah.
screw it.
But-
But
But that is good. I mean, if they go down, I mean, that could really hurt that team, though.
yeah.
But
I mean, I think Saquon that threat there, and his ability is what took them from 2 years ago being a good team to being a great team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So they're
if something happens, Saquon goes down and he misses 3, 4, 5 games,
Mhm.
I could see the Eagles dropping clear out of the playoffs, possibly.
yeah.
Yeah.
With Washington and Dallas in there.
I know
So,
they just traded for another wide receiver too. That
Who?
John Mechie.
Yeah,
out
John
of,
Mechie the third.
Houston.
Yeah.
mhm.
And so, I mean, they're looking to shore up their passing game, and they know they need to.
And
They were
I
a one,
like their
they were really a
receivers.
one-trick pony.
I like their 2 receivers they got.
Mhm.
I don't think they're terrible. It just comes down to Saquon being healthy and Jalen Hurts' play, which I think is questionable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think Jared explains that the best when he talks about the spray chart with Jalen Hurts. He don't throw
yeah,
inside.
you can't throw
He-
inside.
What the hell's
outside,
That's ridiculous. A lot happens in the
Yeah.
middle of the field, man.
oh, yeah. That's
you
where
know.
Tua lives.
Yeah,
And,
right.
Okay, so just a shout out, because I got a notification real quick. Luke Atkinson gives a comment again. Said on the power rankings 16-1.
Uh-huh.
He said it was fun listening. I agree with the top 5 going anyway with the teams. I think you guys should have added the refs coming back for KC is a good addition, which they actually got fired, so they're not coming back.
Yeah. And that was Luke again. Awesome.
Yeah, he said AFC West will be tough on my Raiders. Hopefully, Old Pete can get the team rolling.
Right.
Hopefully,
Okay.
he can.
Sorry, bud.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
I
will,
mean-
but hopefully they can.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard pressed to get a third team out of there for the playoffs. It really would. Just like or not a third, but like to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
I
that
think they'll be much improved,
Yeah.
but not like that.
they could push the Chargers out of the way, and I think that's where I have them doing that. But at the most, I mean, even then, they're going to split with probably each team. If they're lucky, they'll get a win out of Denver. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I do, like you said, the much improved. Nash and Genty actually trucked one of the Niners. And it's been all over the
Safeties,
place,
Yeah.
but he looked good. He finally did something. Their defensive line actually looked really good against the Niners rushing offense. So I mean, they held them pretty good. They were playing sideline to sideline. They did really well. But
They got to quit kissing each other, though.
yeah,
Yes, they do.
Right? Getting in trouble.
yeah,
Who was that? Came from
Um,
Miami. Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
They got rid of.
I
Yeah.
got in trouble for kissing
That was one of
somebody.
the top tier defensive linemen, and he's kissing people.
yeah, just
Yep.
out there smooching.
Yeah, just
that
keep the
does suck.
kissing down a little bit, and they should be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that was fun. I like that. It'll be crazy. Maybe we'll end up doing who's going to win the Super Bowl thing. We'll do maybe a prediction with our awards prediction too, and see who we think is going to be in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. But that'll be our next episode. We are going to predict who wins the awards: the MVP, the Offensive Player of the Year, Defense Player of the Year, and rookies. So
And
be doing that one.
coach, even though
Coach of the Year.
coach just goes to the best team no matter how good the coach actually is. So
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll be doing that one next. And yeah, stay tuned. Said I'm going to probably try to put out on Facebook something to talk about our pick 'em. I need to do that this week. That way we can get people rolling on it, get people ready. That way we can get up to 10 people. We're going to need 10 people each week. And that pick 'em, I mean, it's nothing to play. It's free to play. And, you win $25. Kel's won it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your certificate, or your not certificate, your
gift card.
gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like we we don't cheat anybody. We let you know.
We shipped one off to Virginia or wherever it was last year.
Right.
Didn't we?
Yeah. So to Ohio. But
Yeah.
we had somebody win from Ohio. We had to ship that one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get in on it. We need 10 people this year. The only thing we're doing different is you got to listen to the episode to see if you won, and then you'll get a hold of us. But, come on, we got to get you to listen somehow, right? So, all right. Well, thanks for listening.